a medial wall and the lateral wall. Medial wall, there is a nasal septum. Medial wall of the nose is called the nasal septum. It is a two part, bony part and the cartilaginous part. Bony part is formed by the vomer and the perpendicular plate of ethmoid. So यहाँ से there is a vomer and the perpendicular plate of ethmoid. And anteriorly there is a cartilage. Okay. And the lateral wall. In the lateral wall there is a characteristic feature is concha and meatus. Concha and the meatus. There is a three concha: superior concha, middle concha, and inferior concha. Superior concha and middle concha, it is the part of the ethmoid bone. Superior concha and the middle concha, it is the part of the ethmoid bone. Then inferior concha is the independent bone. Okay. There is a space in between the two concha. It is called the meatus. Okay. So superior meatus, middle meatus, and inferior meatus. This is the superior meatus. Then another passage above the superior concha. Above the superior concha, there is a passage for the opening of the sphenoidal air sinus. This is the sphenoidal air sinus. So its opening is above the superior concha. This is called the sphenoethmoidal recess. It is called the sphenoethmoidal recess. Okay, in which there is an opening of the sphenoidal air sinus. Okay. Now this is the superior meatus. In between the superior concha and the middle concha. In the superior meatus, there is an opening of the posterior ethmoidal air sinus. Posterior ethmoidal air sinus open into the superior meatus. Okay. Then there is a middle meatus. In the middle meatus, there is a elevation. It is called the bulla ethmoidalis. And this semilunar fossa, it is called the hiatus semilunaris. Hiatus semilunaris. Hiatus semilunaris and the bulla ethmoidalis. In the hiatus semilunaris, there is a three opening. In the hiatus semilunaris, there is a three opening. Anteriorly, there is a opening of the frontal air sinus. In the middle, there is a opening of the maxillary air sinus. Anterior ethmoidal air sinus. And posteriorly, there is a opening of the maxillary air sinus. Okay, so in the hiatus semilunaris, so anteriorly there is a opening of frontal air sinus. In the middle, there is a opening of the anterior ethmoidal air sinus, and posteriorly there is opening of maxillary air sinus. And at the gap, there is a opening of the middle ethmoidal air sinus. The ethmoidal air sinus is superior meatus. It posterior ethmoidal air sinus. A gap middle ethmoidal air sinus, and a middle of hiatus semilunaris anterior ethmoidal air sinus. Anterior, middle, and posterior ethmoidal air sinus. Anteriorly there is a frontal air sinus, and posteriorly there is a maxillary air sinus. Okay, so this is the opening in the middle meatus. In the inferior meatus, there is only one opening. Is the opening of the nasolacrimal duct. Okay, so you have to remember this inferior meatus, there is only one opening, is the opening of the nasolacrimal duct. Okay, so this is about the nasal cavity. Medial wall, this is the nasal septum. This is the nasal septum. This is the medial wall, and this is the lateral. And nasal cavity. So medial wall and lateral wall of the nose. In the lateral wall, characteristic feature is concha and meatus. Opening now there is a on the posterior part, this is called the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. In the nasopharynx, there is a opening of the medial end of auditory tube or stachine tube. This is the opening of the medial opening of the auditory tube, or it is called the stachine tube. And upper elevation, it is the tubal tonsil. This is a tubal elevation in the tonsil. It is the tubal tonsil. It is guarded by and in this opening. Opening of the auditory tube or staging tube. Now there is a partition between nasal cavity and oral cavity. It is called the palate. Anteriorly there is formed by the bone, so it is hard palate, and posteriorly it is formed by the muscle, so it is soft palate. So hard palate and the soft palate. And soft palate ma downward projection, it is called the ovula. And which are the muscle of the soft palate? Musculus ovule. Musculus ovule. Our muscle of the soft palate. So hard palate, soft palate. Then this is the tongue. Exam cerebrum, cerebellum, uterus, જવાબ આપે છે ધ્યાનથી જોઈ લેજો. This is the tongue. એવું મસલ નહીં કહેવાનું આયોગ્લોસિસ ને એવું. Organ is tongue. પછી તમને પૂછે કયા મસલ આવે આમાં, then you have to say ioglossus, styloglossus, enioglossus. So this is the tongue. Then on the posterior part, this is the epiglottis. This is the epiglottis. Tongue and epiglottis, it is joined by the fold. Okay, this fold, this one median glossoepiglottic fold and the two lateral glossoepiglottic fold. Glosso means tongue, glossoepiglottic fold. And there is a gap in between the median and lateral glossoepiglottic fold. This gap is called the vallecula. This is called the vallecula. Vallecula. V-A-L-L-E-C-U-L-A. Vallecula. Okay. Now this epiglottis guard the inlet of the larynx. This is the inlet of the larynx. Okay. Then this lateral fold of the epiglottis is called the aryepiglottic fold. This is called the aryepiglottic fold. From arytenoid cartilage to the epiglottis, it is called the aryepiglottic fold. Lateral to aryepiglottic fold, there is a fossa. It is known as pyriform fossa. This fossa is the pyriform fossa. Okay, lateral to the aryepiglottic fold. Okay, aryepiglottic fold. Okay, so lateral to aryepiglottic fold, there is a pyriform fossa. Okay, then in the larynx, in the larynx, you can see these two fold. Okay, the fold dekha chhe. This upper fold is the vestibular fold. And this lower fold, it is called the vocal fold. Vestibular fold and the vocal fold. In beni vachcha gap it is called the sinus of the larynx. It is called the sinus of the larynx. Above vestibular fold, lower vocal fold, and vachche sinus of the larynx. Sinus of the larynx. Okay. Yes, આટલું છે. Okay. Cranial cavity, nasal cavity અને oral cavity. Cranial cavity માં fold of the neuromotor ખ્યાલ આવે છે. બરાબર. પછી nasal medial nasal septum, lateral concatenators. પછી આ nasopharynx માં auditory tube, medial opening of the auditory tube. તો lateral opening ક્યાં આવશે? એક ઓપનિંગ આ છે, બરાબર. બીજો ઓપનિંગ ક્યાં છે? કાનમાં ક્યાં? middle ear cavity. Okay, staging tube which connect the middle ear cavity to the nasopharynx. Okay, to maintain the equilibrium in the middle ear cavity. Okay, sauce. Then there is a palate, hard palate, soft palate. પછી tongue, epiglottis, vallecula. પછી this median and lateral glossoepiglottic fold. પછી આ this fold is the epiglottic fold. Epiglottic fold અને laterally આવશે pyriform fossa. બરાબર. પછી this larynx. larynx માં vestibular fold, vocal fold, sinus fold, larynx. કયું laryngeal? એ બધી દાની અંદર જે છે ને પાછળ આ ઉપર તમે ફીલ કરશો અહીંયા સ્મોલ કાર્ટિલેજ જોવા મળશે. એરિટિનોઇડ કાર્ટિલેજ, પછી કોનિક્યુલેટ, ક્યુનિફોર્મ એ બધા અહીંયા છે. આટલું એક્ઝામમાં યાદ રાખવાનું. પછી એક્ઝામમાં પછી પૂછે મસલ ઓફ સોફ્ટ પેલેટ, મસલ ઓફ ધ ટંગ. બરાબર, આ બધું ખ્યાલ હોય છે. નર્વ સપ્લાય, બ્લડ સપ્લાય. ઓકે, આ બાજુ તમને સેક્શનમાં શું છે? મેઇનલી મસલ ઓફ મેસ્ટિકેશન. ઓકે, ધીસ ધ ટેમ્પોરાલિસ. આવડી જાય પછી તમને આનું ઓરિજિન, ઇન્સર્શન ને બધું પૂછે. બરાબર, પહેલા આઈડેન્ટિફાય કરવાનું. ધીસ ધ ટેમ્પોરાલિસ, ધીસ ધ મેસેટર. ટેમ્પોરાલિસ, મેસેટર. બરાબર, તમને મીડિયલ લેટરલ ટેરિબલ અંદર આમ આવે છે. બરાબર, ઉપર પેરોટિડ ગ્લેન્ડ આવશે. આ જે છે ને, હા, ધીસ ધ પેરોટિડ ગ્લેન્ડ. is the submandibular gland. Is the submandibular gland. ઉપર પેરોટિડ ગ્લેન્ડ હોય આ બાજુ, આ નીચે હોય submandibular gland. ઓકે, sublingual floor of the mouth. બહુ નાની એટલે અને મેસ આ ટેમ્પોરાલિસ અને મેસેટર. મસલ છે, આર્ટરી છે, વેઇન છે, શું છે? ધીસ ધ કોમન કેરોટિડ આર્ટરી. એની બાજુમાં ઇન્ટરનલ વેગસ વેઇન અને નર્વ વેગસ નર્વ. કેરોટિડ શીથ છે, સરાઉન્ડેડ બાય ધ કેરોટિડ શીથ. એટલે આ ત્રણ સ્ટ્રક્ચર છે. તમે જોઈ લો ભાઈ, જતા ના રહો. એકવાર તમે રિવિઝન કરી લો, તમે જાતે જોશો તો જ ખ્યાલ આવશે.